Hey everybody and welcome. I'm Matt, Director of Customer Success here at White House Custom Color. And before we start chatting with Kelsey, just a couple reminders for you. Make sure if you haven't subscribed to our WHCC YouTube to do that so you get notifications of all the great things like we're going to have going with Kelsey today. Follow us on Instagram at WHCC Pro. And for all of your product related questions, jump on WHCC.com and check out products. The new wall designer is amazing. The press card designer, album designer, all the things. So jump on there and check it out. So without further ado, thank you for joining us today, Kelsey.
You're welcome.
It's so nice to have you and Ben here.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, awesome.
Really cool.
You flew in yesterday.
Yep, flew in yesterday, early flight. Got to walk around Mall of America.
Nice.
Crazy place.
It is.
Roller coaster in the food court.
Right. The people
shock.
who live here just kind of stay away from there, but,
Yeah.
but you got to see it once.
Said goodbye and it was great.
Yes, exactly. So for people who are watching along today and those that are going to be watching on the recording who don't know who you are, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, a little bit about your business?
Yeah, I'm Kelsey. I'm originally from Tacoma, Washington, which is outside Seattle. Now I'm in Spokane, where I live with my husband, my kids, my dogs, my chickens. Well, my husband's chickens at this point. I don't really want them anymore. And I'm a Christian, and I started a boudoir business back in 2021. I've been doing photography since I was 15. My dad driving me to sessions and taking pictures of seniors when I was a freshman and a sophomore. Don't know how that worked.
Wow. So early entrepreneur.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I've always not been a good employee. I knew I never could work for
I'm
someone
not sure
else.
I am either.
Yeah, I could never. I just didn't like working for other people. I just have a brain that needs to do something. I'm a mom. And I'm primarily a stay-at-home mom, 3 days a week. But I needed to be able to do something that made me feel like myself, and I can't sit still. So I needed to do something. So I started this business because I felt like after becoming a mom, it was weird to have not only a new body, but a new self. Everything changes as a mom, not just that you have a baby. And now I also feel like my purpose is to stand in the gap for these women where I feel like no other job gets to be close to women in this intimate setting to show them how beautiful they are, made in God's image, and show them through these photos that they are more than just the traumas they've been through. Some women have been through some really horrible things, and this is them coming back to their body. So it's more than just, sexy photos. It's really a reclaiming of someone's worth in their own eyes, and not just feeling like they're doing it for someone else. So that's why I do what I do.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Thank you.
I could just let you just keep going. You're even perfect on your own there. So we were talking a little bit before we jumped on here today, and I just have to, I'm going to say it again so everybody can hear it. In our conversations that we've had, over the last however many years, and then leading up to your visit, it's been so enjoyable talking to you and learning about how you created this business. And you just said it kind of loosely there, like, oh, I needed this business because I want, it's a major thing.
Thank you.
Like what you've done is incredible, and the way that you see the business and organize the business and staff the business and the products and the sales and everything, like you have to give yourself a lot of credit, girl.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's really good. Like it's amazing, that in a short amount of time you've done these amazing things.
Yeah.
And we're going to dig into some of that today because what Kelsey has to share is very, very important, and I want people to hear that because I'm guilty of it. Like sometimes if I can't do it perfectly, I don't want to do it at all. And if I can't do it grandiose, I don't even know where to start.
Yes.
Where you've gotten to a high level, but you started small, and you've put the pieces in place to get you there, and you're continuing your journey here.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. So I just wanted to start with a compliment on that.
Thank you.
So I believe that when we were talking, you said total, you've really been photographing for 12 years.
Yeah, I think something like that. I started when I was 15, I'm 27, so yeah, 12 years. I started a little blog, which is still up there, where I would take pictures of my little outfits. I was like 9 years old. Coded a website myself. I have it still up there somewhere, and would take pictures of my friends. And so there's some really fun photos out there.
That's awesome.
Don't look them up.
Scratch that.
They're
Let's record over that one. Yeah.
They're in there somewhere. So, yeah.
So then, starting at 15, And then when did you what would you consider your like inception of the business to where you really started taking clients and making money and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I went to school to be an elementary school teacher, and I have my degree. And in 2020, I'd probably say 2020 is when I started really going full-time. I knew probably junior year of college I didn't really want to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. Finished it out, and then in 2020 I started doing seniors, families, weddings. I did a lot of weddings. And then 2021 I started Boudoir, and I went probably full-time then, I would say, is when I really started, business license and all that.
Right. So then, are you 100% Boudoir now, or
yes.
do you? Okay, 100%.
Yeah, as of last year. I love shooting seniors and families, but I have a family of my own now, and leaving my house on weekday nights, I would rather be at home.
And I want this to sink in, everybody. Growth. Let's just talk about that real quick, just so we can just snap everybody's attention here.
Yeah.
So from 2019.
I would say 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2020 until now. We're not going to talk numbers. We're going to talk percentages. Based on what you told me, you grew your business 233,000%.
Yeah. Gross
233,000 gross revenue from where you started in 2020 to where your projections are for this year.
Yeah.
And also, to go back to my original compliment, the fact that you have projections is impressive.
Very important. Know where you're going.
Yes. So we had an amazing mentor and friend here, and he always said that. He's like, if you don't have a destination in mind, then you never know when you've actually gotten there. You have to have waypoints. You have to have the destination. Otherwise, you're floating.
Yeah, you have to know your numbers, or just you're always going to think you're behind if you don't actually look at your numbers.
Yeah, or too far ahead.
Yeah, and woo, I'm doing great.
Yeah, exactly. There's money in the checkbook. So that's really important. And for those of you that did not hear that, projections are very important. Knowing your numbers is very important. It's very freeing.
Yes.
Yes. It's comforting. It lets you know where you need to go, and for staffing and for studio, a lot of these things that you've done very recently, I'm sure you've made those decisions based on that research and those numbers. Yeah,
and really knowing them off the top of your head, so that when you get in the spiral of, I'm not doing enough, I need to work more, I need to throw out more promotions, you can look at your, yearly, monthly, quarterly, weekly, and even daily revenue to know, okay, I am on track and I don't need to be throwing out all these things, because your clients will start to feel the desperation coming from you.
Yes.
And then it also goes into your business where,
Yeah, it spirals up very quickly.
Yeah.
So when you started then, where were you photographing? Not like when you were 15, but when you guys, when the business really started, where was the studio at?
Yeah, so we actually shot out of my apartment. Can you believe it?
Wow.
I've had my studio for a year now. It'll be a year in 5 days. And we started out of our apartment, and then we ended up moving to a duplex, and I shot out of my spare bedroom right there. And my clients loved it, which was great, because it felt like it was a home. And I cleared out all my furniture, and I had a bed and a window, and that was it. And then I shot out of my house in my basement, and I had a bed, and my husband built a fake window. So everybody's like, oh, the window light is so pretty, and it was like completely fake.
Ben's awesome.
Yeah.
We won't tell him though, he's in the back of the room.
Shout out to Ben.
Yeah. So just give me an idea of like quantity of sessions you were doing out of these locations.
I did, in 2020, I probably did 50 sessions. Or 2021 is when I started Boudoir, so probably 50 sessions. Once I moved to my studio, I did half the year in 2026? 2025, half the year was in my house. The second half was in my studio. And last year we did 178 sessions.
Wow.
And this year, I think we're on track to do 274. I think. My girls are probably watching this. And they're like.
And that was very, very specific too, 274.
Yeah. I know how much I need to make per month to keep my studio running and to pay my employees, and then I know what my average sale is, and I divide that by how many sessions I'll need to hit in order to hit my gross goal.
Right.
And how many sessions I'll need to do at that average sale, and that's the number. So we do about 30. Our goal is to do about 30 to 35 sessions a month. Usually we do anywhere from 15 to 25. So it depends on the month.
That's awesome. I'm just amazed that you know all that stuff.
I love numbers.
That's great.
I love
obviously.
spreadsheets. I love numbers.
So when we were talking about the live today and what really seems to land with people, it's easy direction. It's like, do these 3 things, do these 5 things, do these 10 things, and it's a checklist, for people. And I posed that question to you. I was like, Kelsey, if you were going to give your top 3, do you have those in mind? And you were like, yep, I sure do. Like, no hesitation. You're like, yeah, these 3 things right here. So that's what we're really going to cover today. And if you do have questions along the way, definitely put them into the chat. We'll get Kelsey to answer them while we're on here. And if you're watching the rewind of this, put them into the comments of the questions, and we'll get them answered as well. Because we have somebody who has created a lot of success for yourself in a very short amount of time, in a very logical way. And that's awesome.
Thank you.
So, your top 3 secrets.
Yes.
Number 1, you were like, this was like right away, you're like, take control of your schedule.
Yes, I think that's very important. I am someone who gets distracted very easily, especially on my phone. It is so hard not to just get sucked into, the organization videos on TikTok. Oh, those are so satisfying. And so, yeah, taking control of your schedule. I only work in my studio 2 days a week. I only work Tuesday, Thursday. I believe it's 9 to 4-ish. That's the only 2 days I'm in my studio. The other 3 days of the week I work during nap time. Which is sometimes an hour and sometimes an hour and a half if I'm lucky. So I have a notebook with my brain dump. So whenever I'm feeling like I got too much to do, I go outside, I sit down and I write down every single thing I possibly need to do. And then I circle the ones that are actually gonna make me money. So things like redesigning my website, let's make new Canva templates. Those are just fun because I'm creative. I enjoy designing a website, enjoy making pretty collages, but it's not going to bring me money and I'm not going to pay my bills. So I circle things like, okay, I need to make my Mother's Day flash sale. I need to open up my last minute openings. I need to text all of my leads that didn't respond and get them in for a session. Those are my money making activities. And then each day I put a top 3. And I make sure those top 3 are tasks and not projects. So like, it's not design my new website, last minute openings, and put out a flash sale. It's, okay, I need to figure out what my last minute opening dates are. I need to make an email, and I need to text my assistants to put it out on Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. So, and then I can cross those off, and if I have more time, I can bring more in, but I'm not trying to put all this on my plate, and then when I feel like I didn't do it all, I'm like, well, I didn't get anything done for the day, and it's overwhelming. So making sure that, and then there's also a really good book, I think it's called Buy Back Your Time, where he recommends, it might be the wrong book, but he recommends setting a timer for 15 minutes throughout your whole day, and every 15 minutes you write down what you did for those 15 minutes. So you set a timer, you do whatever, the timer goes off, you write down, okay, this is what I actually did, and it's really eye-opening. TikTok, making sure that it's not all, just activities that are not making you any money, and being very efficient with your schedule. And then also with your schedule, knowing how many clients you can get done. So I'm very efficient with shooting. I know it takes me 8 to 12 minutes per set. Clients do anywhere from 2 basic sets to 8 sets, which are 4 regular sets, 4 bonus sets. I know I can get those done in 12 minutes. I know the wardrobe takes me 15 to 30 minutes, depending on if I'm a talker that day. And if my client's a talker, I have to tell her, hey, listen, close the curtain and change, and we can continue talking. But knowing that I can get 3 clients done in a day, which is 6 clients a week, which is 24 clients a month, versus taking all that time with one client. And as much as I would like to, they're going to get tired. I know clients type out about 45 minutes into a session because these poses you are arching and you are holding.
Right.
Lower back hurts. So I know that that's a good amount of time for them. And I also have clients in hair and makeup while my client is with me. So we have 2 different spaces. So I have 2 things going on at once. And, I have girls that work alongside me to do the back end stuff. So I'm not trying to get all this done 2 days a week, and then I'm just overwhelmed and nobody's happy.
Right. So you obviously are a very organized person. I can see in your eyes like how this stuff works. But for somebody that maybe isn't that organized, what's a beginning part of that? Like, what would be your recommendation? Like, first of all, do this. It's really going to help you to get to the next step.
Yeah, I would say if it's organizing your schedule, reading that book, Buy Back Your Time, and I think it's what it is. I really hope it's not the wrong book. And doing that schedule, making a schedule for yourself. And then also, I would say, let's see here. I would say spreadsheets. We have a spreadsheet that my team uses called KDB Operations Hub. Olivia thought of it. She was like, we got to make this pretty. And so we did. We made it pretty. And it has...
Sounds very official.
Yeah, very official. It has like 15 different tabs in it with to-do lists. It has our revenue, so we know what we're hitting, where we're supposed to be at. Has our call log, so who we called, what their reason was for not booking or booking, so that later on I can go back and text them, hey, you said you were having a baby in 9 months. You know, it's 15 months. How's your 6-month-old? You know, would you like to book a session now? We've got the hair and makeup tab. We've got the duties tab. So I know my daily list. Okay, daily I'm checking this. Weekly I'm doing this. Monthly I'm doing this. And quarterly I'm doing this. So I'm not redesigning my website every week because it's just fun and I like to. I've been doing that lately and I need to chill out. But I know exactly what I'm supposed to be hitting on certain times. So I know last minute openings happen on the 15th and the 30th of the month. I look and see if those are happening. But making a list, and then I have it propped up above my computer so I can see, okay, you know, today's the 14th of the month. I know tomorrow is the 15th. It's payday. I got to pay myself. I got to pay my girls. I got to get my rent set in the mail. And also using your phone. I like to say, hey, SIRI. All the phones will go off if I say it. Like, remind me tomorrow at whatever time to do this. Like in the middle of the night, I'll be like, hey, Siri, remind me. Like I did yesterday, so that I can wake up and I check my list, I put it on my brain dump, and then I put it on my top 3. And so it's all going different places.
Right. So you're processing a lot in your mind, but then you are really taking that out.
Yeah.
And you're putting it onto
actual papers.
Right. So it's a reminder so you don't have to carry that with you all the time.
Yeah, because I'll forget
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, because we're all human.
People think I'm so organized, but really I'm talking to my phone. My husband will like be in the middle of a conversation. I'm like, hey Siri, remind me tomorrow to text Haley.
Sorry, Ben, hang on a second.
Yeah. And he knows, like he just continues talking. I gotta write that down. Or like I'm texting something. So right when it's in my head, like sometimes even in the shower, my phone will be out and I'm like, hey Siri, you know, like in the
I just love how real you are. It's like, hang on a second, I gotta do this.
Yeah, I have to keep it out because if it's in my head, it's going away.
Yeah.
I have about 2 brain cells and they're just fighting for a spot. So,
So a lot of people talk about, you know, scheduling and things of that matter, but most of the conversations that I get involved in are social media based and how to handle like that kind of stuff. Do you have any wisdom to share as far as like posting, scheduling, like all that kind of stuff? Just
have someone else do it. No, I'm just kidding. I would so when I did my own social media, I have a girl who does it now, and I would sit down once a month and get it all scheduled. It does not have to be perfect. Now we're focusing more on, okay, what can we actually put in these captions that will get people to book? But it's because I already have a system set. So I would go in once a month, and you just got to make sure you're alive. People want to go on your socials and see, okay, this person's real, they're posting. People are saying, you know, Facebook groups are dead, Instagram's dead. It's not. You just have to be consistent on there because, you know, if I went to go to a hair salon, I'm going to go on their Instagram. If they have 3 posts and they're from 2014, I'm going to be like, well, you know, I don't even know if they're in business.
Right.
Just post something. Use ChatGPT. I mean, you don't have to be ashamed of that. Use it to put something out there. People are not going to analyze your captions. And just get it done. It's done, not perfect. I think that's a huge thing. If you get it done, it does not have to be perfect. No one's grading you. You know, TikTok, just put something on there. Yeah. You know, once a week, sit down and record some really cringy videos, post them, to schedule them, and then delete it off your phone so you don't have to see it. I don't know what I post because I don't want to know. Okay, it's of me and I don't want to see it. Here's my videos, please don't show me.
I love that. It's done, not perfect.
Yeah, you have to just get it done. It doesn't have to be perfect every time. You don't have to sit and analyze over what are people going to read that's going to make them book. They just want to read something. Yeah. Like if you see my posts, they are all little quotes with book here. I mean, we're going to work on that. But
so just consistency.
Yeah, you just have to be consistent. It does not have to be amazing or revolutionary. And, you know, people are just scrolling. They're going to scroll past you anyways.
Yeah.
Might as well have something for them to scroll by. And then they're seeing it the 10th time, be like, geez, why is God speaking to me? You know, it's like 4 posts from me. And so you just got to be on people's feed. Yeah.
Well, that's a fantastic first secret. And a mother of 2, business owner, all the things, like you have to be organized. But and for everybody listening along too, don't be discouraged if you're like, oh my God, I don't even know where to start. Because I was just thinking that. You know, but to be able to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And even that piece of paper that you get to brain dump onto and get it out of your head. And I like how you didn't just say, redesign the website. It's like, here's the step, here's the step, here's the step. And there's a certain, for me at least, like when I put something on a list, if I cross it off, that's accomplishment. Yeah. Sometimes I will actually do a task,
you write it down,
back to
and
my
then cross
list,
it off.
add it to my list and cross it off because I want to see
that.
Yeah, I love doing that stuff. And if Kelly is watching this, she knows I do that. Okay, so second secret. Never let your clients forget you're there.
Yes.
Tell us more about that.
I think I was watching Grant Cardone a couple of weeks ago, and he said that if you need to start imposing on people, and if you're scared to impose on people, you should not be in business. Yeah. And I was like, wow, that was actually really important for me to read because I'm always scared, like, I'm always talking about my business, but you have to just be there. Yeah. It's like a commercial. It's like every holiday, I'll be there. Birthday, it's like State Farm or something. I don't know, but it's like I'll be there. And so you kind of have to just be there and like go. I don't really go to a lot of events because I have, my kids and I like to be at home. But I like to be on social media, like pushing myself out there, talking to people about it, telling people, hey, I want your Google referral or your Google review. I want you to tell your friends. But kind of start imposing on people. If you have a business, calling up, Grant Cardone said he called up everybody in his phone contacts, was like, hey, do you have someone who would like this, or, I started this new business, would you want to come in and just get a couple free photos? And it's okay to give your stuff away for free if you're just starting because you need something to be able to post out there.
Right.
So just, starting imposing on people. I thought that was so funny.
And when you said that, when we were talking, you're like, just like impose on people. That's the first time I've ever heard somebody really say that. Like, I'm a go-getter. Yeah. I'm going to make sure that, just like State Farm, I'm going to be there. And we don't understand sometimes the value of just that constant repeat.
Yeah.
What is it? 7 times that you have to be in front of somebody before they'll even remember you, and then how many more times they actually reach out. But if you're constantly there on social media, on in your advertisements and your emails and your all the things and the events, like then immediately somebody's like, okay, now I remember I saw that here, 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 and here. There's credibility that comes from that. Yeah,
and people won't get tired of you. If they do get tired of you, that's okay. They can just block you and unsubscribe from you. It's like not a huge deal. But I also don't want people to be overwhelmed with like, you have to be on social media 24/7. I don't even have it on my phone. I don't go on social media unless I'm on my computer, and then like for 10 minutes, I let myself do my little scroll. Sometimes I go a little longer than that, or I download it once in a while to do some doom scrolling. It's fine. But you don't have to be on there 24/7 because it gets very overwhelming with seeing, there's 40 other boudoir photographers offering this. Everybody's recommending so-and-so. But you just have to put yourself out there and then remove yourself. Your comments stay online forever, so you'll be fine.
I really like that you don't have that on your phone. So when you are doing social media, you're very intentional to it. Yeah. And you're not letting all that static in like we were talking about before. Yeah, because you can just scroll and scroll and scroll, and then you see what other people are doing, and you see, oh my gosh, they're all recommending her, and she's charging $50, and it's like, that doesn't matter. People are going to do that anyways, like might as well just not look. I just like to live in the dark a little bit. I don't want to know what's going on in the world. Yeah. I hope everybody listening really heard that, because you're so aloof about all these great things you're saying, but that is really important. Like, so many people are so taken over by everybody else that they forget how to do it themselves, you know, because there's just so much noise around us constantly. So I really like that. I think that's an amazing tip. Yeah, because there's always going to be photographers. Everybody's a photographer after they become a mom. It's just like everybody's story. Yeah. So you just have to do your own thing, and if you are staying consistent and you produce good work and you're good to your clients, people will recommend you and come back to you. I've had people who come to me 4 times and then they go to someone else, and I don't even know about it because I'm just living in my own little bubble, and it doesn't really matter to me. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay, so third secret, and I love this one, and we're going to dive into this one. You said online ads aren't optional. Yeah. They're essential. And you referenced if you need to sell your couch to do online ads, do it. I stole that from Kelly Connor. Kelly Connor is like one of my mentors, and she always was saying, like, anything that is not attached to your floor, if you can't run ads or you don't have money to buy whatever, pick it up and sell it.
I thought that was hilarious. It's like if
Is
you don't have
your kids count on that too? Oh, sorry, buddy.
yeah. See ya. Yeah, it's pay to play right now. You have to be running online ads: Google, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. There is still stuff happening with organic inquiries. I'm finding out within the last week I'm focusing more on organic inquiries as well, but you have to have something. The last probably 4 years, and now Facebook ads are changing again, so it's always changing, but they're really easy to learn. I mean, you can YouTube it. I run all my own ads, and I have for the past 6 years, and that's what's gotten me the 233,000% increase is paying to play. So just thinking that you're going to just post and get clients is just not going to happen. You have to be in front of people, and you have to pay, ads or whoever runs whatever's up there in the world.
Right.
You have to pay in order to get your stuff out there. It just doesn't happen organically anymore.
So if somebody's not doing that now, and you threw a number out, we'll see if you throw the same number out now, where could a person start to make even a dent?
I mean, on Google Ads, I'm running $10 a day. But I also don't know what I'm doing with Google Ads, so I just wanted to be able to see the metrics and try and figure out what actually to do in order to increase it. Facebook ads, I don't know. We start at $50 a day. You could start at $20 a day. You could start at $10 a day. I'd probably start closer to 20. People who run ads recommend starting at $40 to $50 a day. You want to run ads for a minimum of 2 weeks without touching it. There's a lot of different things you need to know about ads, like top, middle, bottom of funnel. You want to do multiple creatives and ad sets. You can find it all on YouTube, but I would start with $20 a day. I would start with 15 creatives in one ad set and let it run for 2 weeks. It's going to really hurt. You're going to want to pull all your ads out and say, I spent, I don't know what 20 times 14 is, and $280, and that sucks. But you got to let it learn before you could turn it off after a day, or it would tell you like, hey, this is a good ad or a bad ad. But now Facebook is like a narcissistic ex-boyfriend. They want to be in charge of everything, and you have to just let them. Don't recommend that. But they just want to be in charge, and they want to figure out, okay, this ad is working, this ad's not, and you just have to let Facebook do its thing, because they're doing a whole AI, what's it called? It's called Andromeda. It's like whatever you get on your feed. Yep. So they're controlling they want to be able to control what ad is good, not you. They like to be in control. So.
Got it. So then do you have, I'm so curious about this, based on your gross revenue goal, is there a recommended percentage that you would invest into your online ads to get to a certain place? So if you wanted to be, at $100,000 or $300,000 or $500,000 or $1 million, like, do you have a percentage that you work off of in your money brain and your numbers brain?
Let's see. I'm trying to think of what percent I'm at. Mental math.
And just around something
let's
close.
See. So I would say right now we're putting about 10% of our gross revenue into ads. I would start somewhere probably 5%. You're going to get a huge ROI, which is return on investment. You want to track everything. So I have another spreadsheet where I track how much I've spent on an ad, how many calls we've done, how many have answered, how many have booked from those people who answered, what is their average sale, and then what is my actual cost per booking. So my ad spend divided by how many people booked and stayed booked. And I like that to say somewhere in between $100 and $400. I mean, really, if you're making a couple thousand off a person, a $400, ad spend or a cost per booking doesn't really matter. But I like to keep it a little bit lower so that I have money to do other things. So I would start small and just learn. But as long as you're out there, Facebook likes seeing that you have active things. Google likes seeing you have active things, so they recommend you more on Google is what I'm finding. So
then once that hits and a person reaches out to you, what is the next step then? What does your staff do?
So we go through Go High Level, so we have a lot of automation set up, which honestly are really easy to set up now. Go High Level has AI, so I've created my whole website just with AI, and all my workflows are just AI. You just kind of have to mess with it. But they go through a series of messages and calls, and we call them. They get on a consultation call with us is their goal. My assistant Mariah is phenomenal, and she gets them to book or gets them to like us. And if they don't book, that's fine. But she gets them on the phone. I think that is very important. A lot of people do self-booking now. And I think with such a high ticket service, they're paying a lot of money to, kind of undress in front of us. You want to get on the phone with someone. I wouldn't want to self-book a boudoir session. I would be kind of scared.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd want to talk to someone. They get on a call. They book. We do another call with my assistant Olivia, who gets them on a prepayment plan for their package, splits it up or pays in full, and then they come in for a session, and then we have their IPS, and then we see them again and again and again.
That's awesome. So something you said there, they're pre-booking or they're pre-purchasing their package?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we have a lot of packages. Anywhere from our single image digital at $450 to our Opalite collection, which includes a lot of things. They can come in as little or as high as they want, depending on what they want to take home. We got on a Zoom call with them to show them the bonus sets they would get, what sticks out to you. We try to figure out, what do you actually want coming in here? Because if you don't want to hang stuff up on your walls and you don't want physical products, I don't want to sell you those because you're not going to like them. And I want to sell you something that you actually like. So we figure out what they want. And then we set up their prepayment plans. So some people pay in full for their package, they get it done. We try and get them in sooner for that because I don't want them booked out 2 years and they've already paid. It's like, come on in, girl. You want the sets that you have now. Right. Or we split it up monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, I believe, depending on what their budget is. And we auto-draft that through our processor, or we use things like Affirm, Afterpay, Klarna for after the session as well. Okay. But their packages picked and paid or set up within 7 days of them booking. I believe it's a service to us because we know that you're going to show up. You've invested money.
Correct. Yep.
I can pay my employees.
Yep.
And I know what I'm shooting for. And it's also a service to the client because they know, okay, I'm not coming in and then doing this whole shoot and then going into a high pressure sales environment, not realizing, okay, I now owe you how much money for these pictures? I just had this amazing experience. I feel emotionally bruised now from that. But they know, okay, I've already purchased this. I know what my budget is. I know when my payments are coming out. A lot of people want payment plans, and so it's a service to them to say, okay, I can split it up and it's normal. It's not like, okay, if you split it up, you're a bad person with money.
Right.
Everybody splits it up. I don't think we really ever have people pay in full. Everybody splits it up. So they know what they're coming in for. They don't come in wondering, okay, do I have to take out a loan on my house?
Right.
Like, you can split it up and feel comfortable. And that way, it's also not a bait and switch tactic where you get someone in, you get them in for a session, and you're like, by the way, give me all your money. Where you're like, okay, this is how much we cost. If you don't want to move forward, we're not going to hold you hostage. You can cancel it's okay. But we want to make sure okay, this is the options for you. Later on, you're probably going to purchase more, but this is what you're getting now, so you feel comfortable coming in.
And that would make your Zoom sales call extremely efficient because the staff member that's on the call knows, at least baseline, what they're going to get.
Yeah.
And then if there's an additional thing, then that's optional at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of people do get additional. Most people end up getting all their digital images because they're stunning and you don't want to leave them behind.
Yeah.
But we know, okay, we know what you came in for, so I'm not going to try and sell you an album that you don't want. I know you want digitals because you have, 50,000 children that are going to pick through your stuff. So you want digitals. So that helps a lot.
That's a lot of kids.
Yeah. And it services the client because you're getting what you want at the price you want to pay because you've had the experience and you know how valuable it is.
Yeah, for sure. So in talking about products and everything, you do a ton of albums and you do a ton of metal prints.
Yeah.
So those are obviously very, very popular with your clients. So we actually happen to have an album sitting next to us here that you actually watched being made this morning,
so cool.
which was pretty cool. And for those of you that haven't been to the lab, to visit us before, it's a really cool experience.
Yeah.
And ever since we walked from the floor back in here, you're like, I can't believe how many people were out there.
It's like real people.
Yeah, that did this.
I was thinking robots. I don't know.
It isn't a magic machine that just makes it. But let's just take a peek at this real quick here, Kelsey. So this is, I want to make sure I have it the right way up. Yeah. So this is an 1114 vertical with the premium white leather. And then we did also do a new logo die stamp for you inside the back. I don't know if Connor can see that. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, so we just created that, a couple weeks ago, so now you're going to have that to use. But this is the book that you saw being made.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. So just kind of paging through here. So this has the white end sheets, and then we have our 1114s, and this is printed on luster paper. This is going to be gorgeous for your studio to show.
I'm going to put it on a big gold stand.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
beautiful. That's awesome. So with your clientele, and I know that this is a new leather for you too. A lot of times you're doing alligator and you're doing the black leatherette. Like when people are selecting albums and products for their walls, you're doing all of your sales on Zoom. How do you do that? That's a question people ask.
Yeah, so we show them the products on Zoom at their pre-session payment plan appointment with Olivia, which is usually about 7 days after they book in. We show them all the products on Zoom. It's hard to see, but then when they get into the actual studio, I bring them into my office and I'm like, here's all of my albums, and I just hand it to them. I'm like, this is, and I have so much more to say. I'm like, this is an album. Now I have so much more to talk about.
And Lori, the lady who does the covers, she's amazing.
So fun. I'm going to think of her every time. Just put Lori on the phone.
Right, yeah. Let's just get her on the phone real quick.
So we show them all in person at their session. I make sure they touch the medals. My medals have fingerprints all over because I'm like, touch them please. They're hanging in the changing room. I'm showing them all the albums, and then at the IPS they've already seen them, but Mariah does bring them up and show them again, like, hey, this is the size, this is my phone against it, so you see, like, hey, you're gonna want a bigger album because you won't want to be this teensy tiny. Everybody's going blind. You want to be able to see it when you're 80.
That's why I have these.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, bigger album, you can see, when you're going blind.
Yeah. So you're showing them on the pre-consultation Zoom. Then they're seeing them in person when they're at the studio. And then when you're doing the sales Zoom call with them, it's just reiterating what they already know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at this time, they're like, Kelsey, I've seen this. I'm like, I know.
Girl, it's no wonder you're successful. Like, you have all your stuff and you've really thought through so many steps of this that are, as we're talking about, it's like, yeah, well, that just makes sense. But sometimes to put that together, it's not easy.
Yeah, it's a lot of just copying people. People put out education, and I do a lot of research on whether it's TikTok has a lot of really good information on like ads, SEO, sales. I love watching like cold calling stuff, it doesn't even relate to Boudoir.
You love that.
Yeah, I just love to watch like how do people convince people. I read a lot of books on sales. It's very fascinating to me. Yeah. At this point, I'm not really doing sales. My girls do it for me, but I really take, anytime someone is like, oh, I did this new whatever, and they post in a public group, I'm like, yep, I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna use it.
Yeah.
And it's not stealing because I'm not taking their work, but they're like, I did this new thing at my IPS appointment where I offered this right away, and I'm like, okay, time to do that right over here. So I add it to my brain dump list in my phone.
You're just constantly evolving.
Yeah, we're constantly changing. My girls are so tired of it. Like, hey, by the way, we're doing something new today.
So you keep talking about your girls and your staff.
Yes.
How many people do you have working with you?
I have 2 assistants, Mariah and Olivia. They've been with me, Mariah's been with me for over a year now, doing my consultation calls, and now she's more of a full-time VA. She does my IPS. She does lots of things. Okay. She's great. Olivia has been with me probably since November, and she does my pre-session payment plan calls. She answers emails and texts because she's just so friendly and so nice. Yeah. I'm like, wow, how did you think of that? So nice. And she does a lot of the back end stuff too. I have JP, who is in the Philippines, and she does my social media. And I have a CPA and a bookkeeper because I don't know what is happening back there. Just tell me I'm doing okay. And then I have a makeup artist. She has a team of makeup artists, but she's my main girl. But Olivia and Mariah really work side by side with me, and they are just phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah. And you were so complimentary when we were talking a couple of weeks ago. You said this, and it's so wise. You're like, I go out and I find somebody that's better at something than I am, and I let them do it.
Yeah.
And you even said before we jumped on there, you're like, sometimes I have to go and ask them, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I found them, and they work for other photographers too. And I do train them because I'm constantly like absorbing information. I just love to learn. I'm really like a book person. I like to read. I like to listen to stuff. So I'm always telling them like, hey, and at this point I've started to do monthly meetings, so I'm not texting them all the time like, hey, you should do this. Because they're like, please, like I'm still catching up. So we do monthly meetings with new things that I'm thinking of. But yeah, they are phenomenal at what they do. And I knew that when I hired them on. And then I do train them and evolve them, like, hey, sometimes I peek into their calls. And at this point, I really don't even need to, but I do just to make sure everything's going okay. Yeah. Like, hey, I noticed you said this. Like, what if we said this? And they come to me and they're like, I tell them, like, hey, come to me with ideas. They're like, Kelsey, we're doing this. I think we should change this because it sucks. And I'm like, beautiful. Go ahead and change it. Because I trust them with my business and with my money. Even things like, if we're doing a certain type of call, Mariah's like, I think you're wasting your money paying me to do this. I don't want to do it because I don't want to just, take your money and have you pay me to do things that are not beneficial. And so finding people that you really trust, but also training them heavily. Yeah. So like hire very slowly and fire very fast. I've never had to fire them, but I tell them like, hey, this is what I want done. I'm very clear. We have a to-do list with dates on it. Like, this is what I want done. But they are so invested in the process and they really like what they do. I think that's so important, that they love what we do. And so they want to do a good job, and they're just phenomenal. I mean, I don't know how I did it without them. Yeah. I absolutely could not now.
So I had a question on here. How are you managing this intense growth? But just listening to you talk, I can see where people like to mirror you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
No, I can. So, thinking about, how you just were talking about your staff and how complimentary you are of them and how they've really dug in, I think they follow your lead. And when you do that, like if a company is, toxic, it tends to kind of run through the whole company. Yeah. If it's very well run and it's positive and you're happy to be there and it's well run, that is emulated through the staff.
Yeah, there was a book I read recently, How to Win Friends and Influence People, very popular. I always thought it was kind of a weird title. I was like, wow, how do you win friends? But it was all about how to manage not only friends but employees, and like giving them compliments on when they're doing a good job and really believing in them so that they feel like they have, or that they know they have the capability to go and do things. Like I'm not clocked in these 3 days that we're here. I don't know what's going on. I told them like, hey, if there's a fire, you can put it out. If someone wants this and this and this, how how much it costs me to make it, just offer it. I don't care how much they pay, just do that. And so I think it's really important to have trust. Once you build that training and okay, they're doing a job, you are up their butt, for a couple months, you are really knowing exactly what they're doing, you're managing them, and you're knowing, okay, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. Then you can start to let go of things because you don't want to be, no one wants to be micromanaged. Right. Like if someone was breathing down my neck, I'd be like, please stop. Yeah. And so you want to make sure that you're not micromanaging people. They know, okay, I'm going to be watching, this is a new task. I'm going to be looking at what you're doing for the next 3 weeks. Once I feel like you have it, I'm going to let it go. If you need help, please ask me, but I'm not going to manage you in it. And if it goes, to fire, that's on you.
Yeah. But that's a big statement. You said it very easily, but that's a big thing, and it takes a lot of trust.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's been like the past 2 months where I'm like, okay, I need to let go. Yeah. I told the girls, I'm going to let go, and they're like, okay. And now I've started to let go. I'm like, you can do it. I know you can. They're like, I can do it. Yeah. I'm doing fine.
Well, it's all, this whole conversation has been amazing.
Thank you.
And it's so fun to have you here and feel your energy. You've got a lot of energy, going in a lot of different.
Sorry to my husband.
No, he's just back there. He's asleep against the wall right now. No,
break time.
It's outstanding. So, if people want to find you online, what is your website? What's your Instagram? Like all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
my website is kelseydarcy.com. Instagram is Kelsey Darcy Boudoir. I think that's also Facebook. TikTok is Spokane Boudoir, so Spokane. Follow me on TikTok. Don't show me what I'm doing on TikTok. But yeah, if they want, they can ask questions, and I don't check it that often, so if I don't respond, it's because I don't have it. But I will check someday.
And you're doing a million other things.
Yeah. Yes. I try not to look.
Awesome. Well, this has been fantastic.
Thank you
for the chat.
It's so fun.
Good. And we're just getting started. I know. We're going to go see big stuff, big frame pieces made this afternoon. So. And
I want people to know, don't be overwhelmed with everything that it seems like I'm doing, because I'm also overwhelmed 24/7, 32 hours a day. I just somehow have found a system of like writing stuff down and then leaving it at work. So by 4 p.m., I don't have anything on my phone. I don't know my email, my text. I had a work phone for a while, and now I just don't have a phone at all. But like, I don't talk about it on the weekends. I don't log in. Sometimes I do because you have to.
Yeah.
When I was starting my business, it was like, 360 hours a week, dug in, and now I leave it and it's Kelsey Darcy Boudoir is over here and Kelsey's over here. So I'm completely different when I'm not in my business.
That's awesome.
So don't be overwhelmed, because you just gotta dig in and then let it go. Let it ride.
And start with one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you don't at least do one, you can't keep going.
Yeah, lots of brain dumps.
Yes, yeah, lots of brain
You
dumps.
should see my to-do list on my
You
phone.
can put that on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Lots of brain dumps.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dump
awesome.
it out.
And we really appreciate you hanging out with us today. It's been great chatting with Kelsey, and we hope that you've enjoyed it. If you do have questions, if you're watching the recording of this, make sure and put them into the comments, and we'll get those answered for you. Once again, if you haven't subscribed to our WHCC YouTube, make sure and do that. Follow us on Instagram at WHCC Pro, and then for all your product-related questions and software questions, jump on WHCC.com. I'm Matt. This is Kelsey. It's been a great conversation, and we'll talk to you next time.